Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back, and I'm just going to dive straight in. This is not going to be a long video. I don't have a huge amount of time right now to film, but I know that this book is not a particularly big or long grimoire or book of shadows. So I thought, right, I will get that done. So this is Book of Shadows number 21. And I know you've only fairly recently seen Book of Shadows number 20, but as you can see, this one's not very big. I actually had this junk journal ready made up in my cupboard when I finished book 20. And it didn't have a huge spine, so I only put one signature into it. And I pulled it out, and I quite liked the clear center, and I thought, yeah, I think I'm going to use that for this next Book of Shadows. And I just went in, and again, because of the various other books that I'm working in at the moment and things I'm doing and not doing, this is very heavily focused, hello Godric, with Grimoire 52 again. So you'll see it's more art grimoire than spell work and information once again. Sweet pea, you can't stay there. You're in the way. Okay. So on the front we have a bit of a collage effect, a bit of decoupage with some glitter Mod Podge, some of my stamps. That's a sticker by La Green Witch. Open up inside, try and move the kitten out the way, sweet pea. Back. Thank you. Again, often do a collage in the middle. Oh, I haven't filled this in as to when it finished. But that's okay. It was only about a month. So we've got a couple of recipes in here. This is a very cute piece of ephemera from Molly Roberts that I thought worked really well with the circular window. And then just other bits and pieces here and there from all over. This was a specific art spell to claim my power. Don't think I'm going to say too much more about that, but yep, it was literally about claiming my sort of sovereignty, as it were. This was a spell for centering and balancing, very simple spell that I did, and I really enjoyed it. It was predominantly just utilizing the elements and, you know, feeling how that brought balance and centering to the mind, body, spirit, etc. This one's a Grimoire 52 spread, rooted and grounded, and I went with very much a Mandrake vibe. And this one was touching the earthen heart, and I just was in a toad type of mood. Look at these guys. Toads are the coolest. We don't have very cool toads here in Australia. We have cane toads, and they are not cool. But we actually don't, generally speaking, have them down in the southern parts of Australia where I live. So we're pretty much toadless if you're going with the traditional types of toads. We have some pretty cool amphibians. We have some frogs and things. There's one type of frog, I can't remember the actual name of it, but it has this most amazing sound that sort of goes po-bonk, po-bonk, and it looks big and warty and fat like these. I remember when I lived in the country, I actually was digging up potatoes in my potato patch, and I dug up what I thought, oh, this must be a rotten potato because it's squishy. Nope, it was a toad. She had buried herself into the soil to keep cool, and she was fine. She hopped off later that day, so no harm was done by me digging her up thinking she was a squishy potato. This was the Lion's Gate portal, so I did a little manifestation spell for that, for Lion's Gate. Pop that in here. This was just a little uplifting spread because I was feeling a little bit flat. This was my comfy, cozy, witchy for August. In this pocket made from a paper bag. Super Blue Moon in Pisces. This brings out the home spell was a spell I did very quickly for a friend whose cat had accidentally got out and went missing. And whether it was this spell or everyone else's input as well, it was successful and she came home, I don't know, about 5 or 6 days later. And all is well, and everyone's very happy that she managed to come home. So that was nice. I actually put that out on my social media and asked everyone to add an emoji to add energy to the spell, which I think is a really interesting way to use social media as witchcraft. And I'm going to claim that as a success. This was a little spread about abundance, coming into the spring season, feeling that need for the abundance and that vibe of the abundance in the air. This is almost sort of more memory keeping. I came across this little menu that I had created for my mum back in it would be late 80s, maybe early 90s, when she was having a dinner party, and my French was better than hers, and she decided to do the menu all in French. I can't remember the occasion or reason why it was all in French. Maybe it was for something French related, or maybe mum just decided she wanted to be a bit bougie in French. I don't know. She also did speak French, but not at the time as well as I did, because I was still learning it at school. These days, because I don't use it on a regular basis and I was never fluent, I'm not actually that good at it. But I do watch quite a lot of content creators here on YouTube who are French or French speaking. And I understand probably about 60% of what they say. More if I've got French subtitles on. I find that English subtitles actually distract me from, because I'm understanding some of the French, but then I'm reading the English, that's confusing. So I find it better if I watch it with French subtitles in French. I don't know. I don't know if anyone else has that. So yeah, that was another tangent about French. But there are some really great creators out there, particularly witchy creators actually, that are French speaking. I don't know if I just see them because I had already started to follow some French speaking creators, you know, the algorithms and what have you, but there's some good stuff out there. If you speak another language or even understand some of it like I do, it can be a really fun experience, and hopefully it's making my French better, to watch those videos. And with things like art videos or art witchery, a lot of it, what you're listening to will make sense because you're watching it as well. Probably not in one of my videos because I go on so many tangents. Anyway, so this is all about abundance. And there it is. This was the new moon in Leo. So I had this cute little envelope and a card with my new moon wishes that I tied to the tree. And then this is just a little bit of information on sacred cacao, because I've been really enjoying the mindfulness practice, sitting down and having a cup of cacao. I personally like mine with turmeric and black pepper. The main reason for that being it's actually really good for my joint problems that I have. I have bad knees and arthritis and what have you. Turmeric and black pepper are excellent for that and are actually a delicious addition to cocoa or cacao. And I just have regular cow's milk. I'm not vegan, and I do not do nut milks and things. I'm sorry. No offense to anyone that enjoys them, but I can't do it. This one is another Grimoire 52, Historical Journey. This has, again, got quite a lot of printables and stickers, stamps from La Green Witch. In fact, it's almost entirely, apart from this, I think, a La Green Witch spread and some of the background. Yeah, I probably had just received a parcel from her when I did it. This is Meeting the Goddess. I'm pretty sure I did share this on Instagram. It just, yeah, it's very self-explanatory. Words are hard today. So, Meeting the Goddess. Liked how that turned out. And this, I think this is my favourite Grimoire 52 spread so far. This is Lush Knowledge. And it just feels lush and vibrant and tangible. I love it. It's okay to love your art, by the way. I know that some people will view that as some sort of, narcissism. It's not. It's okay to create works, just as it's okay to create works and go, I don't really like that didn't work. It's also fantastic to create works where you go, this worked out so well. I'm absolutely loving how this turned out. This was a spell that I made, a sort of spell pouch that I made for freedom. Again, I'm not going to go into the reasons or specifics, but that was what I did, and it had a very sort of free as a bird vibe in the art spell. This was a cute piece of ephemera from Megan the Moon, and that is, I think, one of the last pieces from the very first ephemera kit that I purchased from her. This was a very simple spread for Grimoire 52 for Memories Unlocked. I like how that turned out. It's much simpler than some of the other spreads that I've done, but it just, yeah, it feels good. And this little tiny one for Earthly Gratitude with Little Red Riding Hood and a basket full of goodies for her grandmother. A sigil for Spring Awakening. And I'm wanting to do more sigil magic. I've used it off and on for various things. I'll often add sigils to art magic, or I'll create stamps of sigils, or put sigils on the outsides of container spells, whether they be box spells, jar spells, orb spells, pouches, whatever. But I'm really, really feeling like I want to start working a bit more with sigil magic. So that's something that I'm going to be exploring, I think, more in the future. And you might see some more sigils. I think there's another one in here that I created. And I think you'll probably see more to come. This is my Comfy Cozy Witchy for September. Very moth themed, as you know. It's a current obsession. Oh, this is the Raven Wing of Truth Prophecy. This is a spell to work with the Morrigan. It's very much adapted from one from, I don't think I have the book next to me, Working with Dark Goddesses. I'll try and link it down below. Again, it'll take me a while to go through and check all my links, but I will try and link it down below. I mean, it's not unusual for me to see ravens, but I feel like there's been a lot more of them lately. Maybe they're bringing up young at the moment, and I'm seeing more of them. Not in my backyard still, sadly. Ravens, you're welcome here. You don't often see ravens and Australian magpies in the same small sort of area. I think they are very territorial, and if you have magpies who live in your space, you're not going to have ravens. They're going to live sort of next door, as it were. So yes, this was a little raven spell for clarity, which was cool. Here we go. Yep, this is a wellness journey sigil. I am trying to, you know, go on a bit of a wellness journey for myself. Just some things that I'm doing. So I decided to create a sigil for that as well. These are my new moon in Virgo intentions. On the backs of some little cards. That's the Thoth Tarot. I think it was the sort of information card, and that's the Rainbow Tarot, same thing. And this was a playing card that I'm pretty sure came in an art swap or an art ephemera kit. I'm not sure which one. So new moon in Virgo, using some pretty bits and pieces. Some of my marbled paper, one of my little lettering things inspired by Lucy from Les Patouilles de Lucie. This, well, maybe this is my favourite Grimoire 52 spread. Not sure. Pomegranates are another, something I have just loved for ages. I grew up in a house with a lot of garden around it, and in said garden was a large pomegranate tree, and we used to just pick the pomegranates and we would eat them. My brother and I would also throw them at each other because, you know, siblings. And I love the shape of them, the form of them. They're such an interesting fruit. I've done a lot of artwork, painting pictures of pomegranates, most of which, when they've been exhibited, have sold. There's something about pomegranates and figs. People love paintings of both of those fruits. Love them. So eating the pomegranate seeds, apart from the beautiful mythology behind it, I'm just really captured by pomegranates, full stop. And then this is the back page, and I did a little collage again. This was from Get Messy when I signed up to them, but I found it very frustrating. Their videos, the platform they use for their videos is really incompatible with how I stream and watch video content online. And it just did my head in. So they have amazing sort of art journaling type courses, and I would highly recommend it. I just found the actual platform itself super frustrating. I think it's to do with how they host their videos, and it's not the first time I've come across this. It's been a frustration for me for a lot of content that or courses and things that I've done. I just wish people would host it on YouTube. They don't have to have it public. You can still host it on YouTube, and then it's easy for me to watch. Anyway, rant over. Sorry to anyone who's ever made content that didn't put it on YouTube. So anyway, there you go. And that was part of that, and it had been lying around in my studio for ages, and I thought, yeah, kind of, I'm vibing with it, so I popped it into here. My back of the book collage, and then there's the back cover. That's it. Book 21. I hope you enjoyed it. I haven't yet done anything much in book 22. But I am working on, oh my God, I have so many book projects at the moment. And I might, if you're interested, I might bring you another works in progress video, because I don't know if I'm going to have, I don't know what flip throughs I'm going to have coming up in the next little while that are complete. So, or what other projects I might be working on. So I think maybe I might do a bit of a work in progress video with you so you can see the bits and bobs I'm working on and what might be coming in the future. What I have started that I've put aside that I haven't touched. Rune book. The rune book that I wanted to get done in 6 months, and I haven't done anything on it. I've done 3 pages, not even. So we all have abandoned projects, guys. Don't feel bad if you start something and you don't finish it when you're expecting to, or if you put it aside for a while. You can put projects aside. Remember that. So I hope you're all enjoying life. I hope everyone's doing okay. Deep breath if you're not, and know that it's all right to not be okay. I'm sorry if you're not okay. But I think we're all here with you, or I certainly want to be here with you if you're having a tough time. Maybe explore it in your books or your art, or scribble madly on a piece of paper and get some frustrations out, or just take a breath, take a bath, and don't even worry about your art if that's stressing you out. I hope you're all well. Much, much love. Many, many blessings. Make art, make magic, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.